Hello, beautiful conscious creator. Welcome to the December 21st energy interpretation that I love to share. My name is Aurora Light. I'm a conscious creation and voice activation coach and a soul embodiment guide for the visionary leaders who are here to make the internal shifts that are required in order to be the change that the world is requiring right at this time, to actually be the way showers, the leaders, the lighthouses, the guides, the people who are ready to elevate their consciousness, who have been doing the work and know that it doesn't have to be all work. That's the good news about this December. We get to bring in some of the play and some of the wonder that was coming into the end of November that I certainly felt. It coincided with the beginning of the Sagittarius season, which I always love. My birthday's at the beginning of December, and I feel that shift from the Scorpio energy, all of the work that we do to dive deep and see what needs to be released, what we can't take with us, and then move into that more expansive energy that I personally feel as we move into December. And that's what this really feels like to me. Like we are climbing a mountain. We have been for a few years, right? We're elevating our physical selves, our emotional selves, our consciousness. But we are climbing right now at the top of Mount Everest, and we are in the death zone. That is exactly what it sounds like if you were climbing Everest. It is a literal death zone where there's not enough oxygen for most people to be able to survive, and you need quite a bit of gear to be able to safely maneuver there. Now, many of us have the resources and have been doing the planning, the alignment work, the shadow work, all that we needed to do to be, I wouldn't say comfortable necessarily right now, but to really feel like we're on purpose and on mission, and like we are expanding into something really amazing, and that we can feel the energy of approaching the summit. And I know when you get to the top of a climb like that, sometimes it feels like you have almost nothing left. But your perspective, as well as the energetic and physical resources that you have, are going to really make your experience or break it. If you don't have the resources, you can literally die. If you don't have the resources in terms of your perspective and you're playing the victim, you can be in the state of, this sucks, why is this happening to me? Forgetting that you're the one that put yourself on the mountain. Some of the highlights that we will see in this December energy update include moving from stuck and stagnant energy into more flowing energy, moving from feeling unloved to loving ourselves more and actually feeling lovable. There's a shift from victimhood, that why is this happening to me on the top of the mountain energy, to feeling masterful because you have reached the summit, or because you're almost there, because you can feel that you have done something really hard and you're on your way. There is a move towards deeper connection, especially throughout the middle to the end of the month as we move into very sacred times. And there's also a return to creativity. So, as always, we have the polarities that are happening on the planet. This is not new, very extreme polarities, and sometimes inside of us. And we saw that at the beginning of November, extreme polarities swinging from one space to another. And the invitation was to get really aligned. Body, mind, heart, soul, and mind, right? With our community, rooted into the earth, using our rituals and ceremonies so that we could start to access that place of wonder, the place of awe and magic that does exist, that we can see through children's eyes, right? Where they're just like, wow, everything is amazing. Or that you might see when you look at nature and you see a waterfall or a mountain summit and all of the vista before you, right? So part of this climb that we are on is bringing us to the most glorious views. but there has been a very strong energy of needing to release all of the extras, because we can't really hike or travel up as the summit of a mountain with a lot of baggage weighing us down. And in this energetic metaphor, we also don't want to pay a Sherpa to carry it up for us, right? It's important that we release whatever is dragging us down. And most people that I know that are these conscious creators, these visionaries, they have been doing that. They have been doing the shadow work. You have been going through it, and it's been emotional, but I think that dissolving, that falling away that's happening in the internal world, you can see reflected in the outer world as well. There's been a simplifying of things. And as we're passing through this eclipse portal, we've already gone through some of the eclipse season, and there's more to come, especially at the beginning of December. It's like passing through the eye of a needle, and through these portals, you're moving to this next level version of you, and you can't take the old stuff with you. So we can either consciously sort it out, observe, okay, what's the patterns, habits, behaviors, and things that are no longer serving me, and we can find ways to allow them to dissolve with grace, ease, release them. Or we can try to bring it all with us and then try to squeeze through the eye of the needle. And guess which one is more comfortable, right? Neither one of them are a whole lot of fun. A lot of this process is about illuminating the hard stuff, but we can do hard things. That's why we came here. You know, people look at those who summit a mountain like Everest or Kilimanjaro, where you can die in the process, and people do, and it's so hard. You can get frostbite, you can, all manner of things. And people go, why would they bother doing that? Why can't they get their kicks somewhere else? And I mean, I've never been a mountaineer, but I hear them speak into the challenge, the opportunity to prove to themselves that they could, right? Sometimes it's to tick a box. But I think for more people, it's to experience something incredible. And that's kind of what us earthlings look like to people in the rest of the cosmos. I was going to call it a cosmos. We are the mountaineers climbing Everest, and there are others that are like, why in the world would you put yourself through that? And we go for the challenge, for the growth, for the learning, for the opportunity. That's why we came here. And some of us forget that we came here on purpose to live these lives, to do the things, to reach the summits, to see the vistas, to have a part of this evolution of consciousness, of humanity. And we are, at a very unprecedented time, and it's terrifying and exciting in equal parts, and you're exhausted, but there's also this opportunity to open those eyes even more freshly to the wonder, to the marvel, to the possibility, right? There has been a lot of stagnant energy in a lot of lives. I know for many of us, myself included, when the pandemic really shut things down and we became very internal, there wasn't as much opportunity to gather, to connect. It slowed us down, and that was on purpose, and that was for us, right? So we could move inward, reflect. But then something happened to me and to many people where it feels like we forgot what it's like to have that freedom and expansion again. So there came this kind of stagnant energy. And even though I could go out and call my friends more and meet up and do the things again, it was like my energy forgot that was a possibility. It became such a habit just to stay small. And it was so worth it for a time. And now there's this desire to release some of that stuck and stagnant energy and to allow it to flow again, whether or not you're in a place of openness or restriction in terms of, like global lockdowns and pandemic rules. I'm talking about energetically. There is an opportunity as we move through this eclipse passage and into December's 12/12 portal and solstice portal and towards the new year to let energy start to flow again, right? And this is part of the return to creativity. This is part of our connecting in energy, the sacred energy, and also that move from victim to masterful. When we shift the perspective to this is all happening for me, we come into that mastery and ability to create again. When I say return to creativity, I am not talking about the arts, although that could be part of it for you. Sing, dance, draw, paint, express yourself, always amazing ways to get energy moving. Do that if that's in front of you. But I mean a return to our remembrance that we are conscious creators, a return of our ability to create our reality by co-directing the energies around us with our own voice, with our own intention. As we come into the December solstice portal, it's an amazing time to plant the seeds of intention for what you would like 2022 to be. When you tune into this energy, though, I want to invite you again not to do it from a place of ego, but rather take this time to get really aligned and to create that space internally so you can talk to your soul, you can talk to your heart and ask, how do I want to show up in 2022? What frequency and what feeling do I want to hold? What energy do I want to embody? Right? Last year, mine was divine connection, and I'm still deepening that. It was beautiful. I don't know what will come through for me in 2022, but I want you to invite yourself to connect deeply over this next 21 days heading into the solstice. Connect deeply with yourself, body, mind, heart, and soul. Align your spirit with all of that and really listen. Listen, what would light you up? What frequency is your soul asking you to bring through in this now? Right? We're moving into this sacred time. I think every culture around the world has sacred ceremony and celebration, from Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, Solstice, Yule, Festivus for the rest of us, whatever you're going to do. At these solstice times, we can feel the potency and the power. So allow yourself the opportunity to really go in, go deep, listen to the heart, get connected to the world around you, to your highest self, to the earth herself. Talk to your body, talk to your heart, talk to your spirit, talk to your guides and your ancestors, your councils, all of those beings. I'm asking you this December to make space for conversation, to deepen that connection, and to dissolve the illusion that you've been deserted. If you feel like you've been deserted and all alone, it's because you deserted yourself, and your external world is a reflection of that internally. But our guides, our friends, our allies, all of the creator beings that support us have never left. Can we deepen our connection to ourselves first? Have that space and then move through and into these deeper levels and layers of connection with all that is. This is the opportunity for humanity. This is what you see at the top of a mountain, is that breathtaking, wow, look at everything. And if you zoom out further and you speak to an astronaut who's been to space and seen that pale blue dot, Earth, hanging in the black void, they say they feel, sometimes for the first time, incredible amounts of connection. And they see how interconnected we all are. What if this December of 2021 could be this opportunity for humanity to do this as we move into 2022, which Jason Estes of Masters of the Void organization has said is the year of discovery, which resonates with me and rings true and makes me so excited. Just breathe all that in. If there's no space, if you have your defenses up, if you are in fight or flight, the invitation is to soften, to heal, to work with your nervous system so that you can do the rest. That's always the foundation. Allow the energy to flow instead of being stuck and stagnant in you. Connect with others for support if you need. And as we move into the sacred time, your mastery and your connectivity comes through in these beautiful sacred ways. These are your opportunities in this month of December. I wish you all such a beautiful month. If you are watching this at the beginning of the month and you are looking for a space to practice, to connect, to do all of this and more, you can join us in the Radiant Evolution Playground for Conscious Creators. We're offering a 21-day course inside the membership called Align and Design. It's time to shine. This is a practice-based course of 11 minutes or less a day, where you'll be given a practice each day to help you come into alignment, body, mind, heart, and soul. And then we land on the solstice after those 21 days of practices, really open, spacious, ready to plant those seeds of creation. We would love for you to join us. There is a link below if you'd like more information about the Conscious Creation Playground, and it is a beautiful space. Doors are only open until the beginning of December. So if you're watching this after this, you can wait until next time. The doors will be opening sometime in the new year as well. If you're not joining us in the playground and you would like to get aligned AF, there is a workshop on my YouTube channel that you can access with some beautiful practices as well. And you're invited to use those anytime. And then you can also take the time yourself or with another group to ceremonially plant your seed on December 21st. The rest of the month until the 31st on New Year's Eve feels like this pause point. So if you can, take some time to reflect on the past year and then move yourself into greeting the new year with intention. And coincidentally, inside the playground, we have another resource for you where you can do a beautiful soul journaling practice as well to say goodbye to 2021 and hello to 2022. You can do this on your own as well, but we love offering resources for vibrational alignment and attunement. However you are celebrating this December, however rushed it feels with all of the excess things that come with the holidays, remember to take time for you. Come into alignment first, and the way that things will flow for you will be with so much more ease and grace. You've got this. Sending you so much love. I'll see you next year in the next energy update and next week for the next illumination series.